welcome back to our channel. So in the previous session we have discussed about how to access the elements of an array and how to slice the elements from the array in Numpy. Now in today's session we'll go with the one more concept, that is the data types used in array and a copy function and a view function, right? So let us start the session. So in this Numpy, the array can be having a different data types of elements, right? So in that we'll represent I as an integer array, Similarly, F will be the float, the array of float elements, the array of integer elements, and S for string, and U, capital U for Unicode strings, so which will occupy multiple bytes, small m for time delta, so which we have discussed in the earlier sessions, right? So capital M for date time, capital O for object, capital V for void, right? So these are the few data types which can be used to represent the arrays in Numpy. So how to get this data type from the given array? So that means how can we find whether the given data type, given the array is of which data type? So for that we are having one attribute to represent data type of an array, that is dtype. So dtype is an attribute in order to get the data type of the given array, right? So for example, so we know the creation, how to create an array in Numpy. So by using the array function, passing one list or a tuple as a parameter, we can create an array. So let us take a is equal to some np dot, np is a alias name, okay? So np dot array function, inside we have to pass the argument, so 10, 20, 30, so let it be. Now the array is created with the 10, 20, 30. So in order to know which data type the array consists of, we have to go with the dtype. So if you go with a dot dtype, print a dot dtype, this will give the data type of the elements of the given array. So here the given array consists of integer elements, so this will give the integer, whether it is a 32-bit or a 16-bit. So integer 32 or integer 16. So this will be returned by using the dtype. So we can also give this attribute in the array function. That means while assigning the array elements, while creating the array elements, we can give this dtype as an optional argument. So there we have to specify which data type we have to give the array. We have to get that array. See, for that purpose, if you see the same example, some a is equal to np dot array of, let us take some 10, 20, 30, comma, the next attribute is, the next parameter is dtype is equal to, in the inverted quotations we have to give the data type which we require. So what are the, the symbols we have seen just now? So I represents the integer, U represents the Unicode string, and F represents the float, and also boolean. If it is a boolean, BOOL, right? So all these are the data types, and that data type character should be written here in double quotations. See, if I give it as a U, even though we are passing some integer elements, it will finally give the character elements, that means the string elements. See, the output will be like this, because here we are passing the integer elements into an array, but we require that elements should be of Unicode string. So that's why this will be created, the array of character elements will be created, right? So we can call it as a type conversion also. We can pass the integer and we can type convert into Unicode string. We can pass the arguments, I mean pass the elements as integer, and we can go with the float points. So if it is a float, see, this is for Unicode string. If it is a float, it will pass a 10 point, 20 point, 30 point. That means it will get the decimal precisions, right? So 10 point, 20 point, 30 point. This will be the result if you keep this f in NP array in the data type dtype attribute, right? In this way we can get the type conversion. Or if you want to give some additional, I mean external function to give the type conversion, we had a function called astype. So astype, and here we have to give the character, right? So whatever the data type we require to convert, that should be written here, and this function will convert the given array into this specified data type. Okay, see, for example, take this, the same thing. So if you consider this one, we are giving some integer values, and here see, some x is equal to astype of, sorry, what we have to convert? Array A. So A dot astype of f. So this statement, x is equal to, so x is a one more array. It will create another array with float data type. So which we are converting? A dot. That means array A will be converted as a float and it will be assigned to x. So the result will be same 10 dot 20 dot 30 dot. So the result will be converted. That means all the integer elements will be converted into float values. And see, if you consider the same unit string characters, so let us, A is having the unit string, so 10, 20, 30, right? So let us consider A is, we have created A with a unit string characters. Now if you are converting this into this one, see, A dot astype of, if you can convert it into integer, if you can place I or int. So if you place here A, some x is equal to, if you simply print x, automatically it will give the numerical elements. That means all the unit strings characters will be converted into integers. And if there is a variable instead of a number, so this we cannot convert into integer, right? So this we cannot convert into integer. So in such cases, if the conversion is not happens, or if the conversion is not possible, this will return an error, that is a name error. Okay, the error will be returned. So if the conversion is not possible, so if the conversion is possible, automatically the conversion will be done. If the conversion is not possible, then automatically the error will be displayed. It will raise an error, right? So hope you understood this one. And next we'll move on to the copy and view function. So don't worry, I will show you the execution in the interpreter. See, after that there are two more functions called copy and view. So a copy means external copy will be created. External copy will be created. Okay. And in the view, if you are using the view function, so these are the functions, right? These are the functions. If you are using the view function, it will create a reference. Create a reference to existing array. Existing array. And coming to here, if you are using the copy, if any one element is modified, then it will not reflect to another array. Okay, it will not reflect to another array. So even though one element has been modified, that will not reflect to another array. And here, if any one element is modified, then it will be reflected on original array, right? Simple thing. So here we'll having two arrays, but here we are having only one array, because the another array is a reference to the existing array. So that's why if we modify any one element in the view, automatically that will be reflected on the original array, right? So here the situation is not like that. It will create an external copy so that one more array will be created, so that if any one element is modified in any one of the array, that will not reflect on the another array, right? So this is also, I will show you the implementation and demonstration on interpreter, right? Don't worry about that. So I will show you the syntax and we'll wind up. So just syntax means, see, we have to create an array. A is equal to some np dot array function. Inside the array function we have to pass the tuple or list, so 10, 20, 30 and 40. See, and if I am creating a copy, see, some c is equal to a dot copy. That means c will be also having the same thing, right? So a will be created, similarly c will also be created, right? And coming to, if you are implementing the same thing, v is equal to a dot view. So a will be created with the same elements, because here we are creating the array by using the array function, and v will be not having the array, but it will points to the same thing. So it is a reference. View is a reference of the original elements, right? So here if you are modifying some 1 is equal to some 70, then if you print C, will get some first element, right? So index value first element, so this element, right? So 10, 70, 30 and a 40 will be printed, and if you print the A value, so then it will be the same. So there will be no reflection on A, right? Even though you are modifying the elements in C, it will not reflect on A, right? So A is having the same elements, but the reflected element will be on C. But here it's not the same case. So if you are changing the value, if you print V, it will return the reflections, right? 10, 70, 30, 40, because the first element has been assigned to 70, right? Next, print A, here also will get the same result, 70, 30 and a 40, right? Because V is not having any external copy, V is just a reference to A, so we are modifying on V that reflects on A, right? So this is a example of this copy function and a view function, right? So hope you understood this one. So let us move on to the interpreter, and I will show you the demonstration of the data types, that means a dtype attribute, astype, as well as the copy function and a view function in Numpy, right? So let us move on to the interpreter. Friends, so just now we have seen various data types in Numpy array, and now we see the practical implementation of that Numpy array. So let us take a new file, and here first we have to import the Numpy, and I am giving some alias name np, and I am creating one array, so that we have to use an array function. In that array function we have to pass the parameter as a list or a tuple, right? So a is equal to some np dot array of some 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I am giving some 5 elements. So now I am just printing the A, that means an array, and also I need to know about the data type of the array. So in order to get the data type of an array, we have to use the parameter called the dtype argument. So we call it as an attribute, right? So a dot dtype will give the data type of the given array. So first we have to save this file. So I will save this file with some data.py, Now I will run the file so that you can see the output. So first it will be printing the complete numpy array, and then it is giving some data type. So this is an int data type with a 32-bit integers, right? So this d type is an attribute to specify what data type the array belongs to, right? So one more thing we will see, that we can also see, I will give some strings here. So I am taking the array of strings and I will check whether it is a string or not. See, if I run this one, you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that is a Unicode string. So we have seen the characters which belongs to the data type. So in that U, so capital U belongs to Unicode string, and 1 is a 1 byte. So each one will be having 1 byte. Okay. See, if I increase one more byte here, let us check what is the data type for this one. So this 10 is not an integer, it's a string, because I am enclosing this 10 in between the quotations. Now we'll see. So I am executing this one. So you can observe here U2, that means Unicode string with 2 bytes. So here each one is having 1 byte, so here there are 2 bytes. 1 and 0 are 2 bytes, right? So that's why we get the result as U2. Now we can also specify here the data type by using the attribute called dtype s. Okay, that specifies this array is an string type array. Okay, string type array. So I will execute this one. You can see again we are getting the same result, and we can also change the data type here. So if I want to give this data in integer, right? So here we know that the elements are enclosed in double quotations, so that the data type will be string, but I need to create this array with integer data type. Now I will check it. See, here you can observe, here all these are the integers because there are no inverted quotations, because here I am giving the array and I am saying that my requirement is of integer data type. The array should be of integer data type. So the conversion will be done automatically, right? So whatever the data we are giving, that array will be converted into this specified data type. For that we have to give the d type as an attribute, right? This is an optional. Right. If you are using some other element like a, so we know that a cannot be converted into integer. In such cases, this numpy will return an error. So here you can see value error, invalid literal for int with base 10. So 10 cannot be converted into integer, so it raises an error, right? If it is 10, automatically we will get the result. If it is 10, we will get automatically the conversion will be done. Okay, so let us check. I will remove the quotations. And will give the input array, and I just want to convert this integer array into string, Unicode string, right? So let us check. Right. Now we know that this array is integer. See, you can observe here. See 10, 20, 30, 40. So the data type is int 32. So here I am giving a. If I give this u instead of I am giving here the numerical array, integer array, and I just want to convert that integer array to a Unicode string. See here you can observe it was converted into Unicode string. So in such case, dtype is not only used for defining the data type but also for converting the array. So this is nothing but creation of array using array function with the help of dtype attribute. During the initialization or during the creation itself, we can specify the data type so that the input elements will be converted into that particular data type. The array will be changed to that particular data type. So this is how we can convert. And we can also convert an externally by using astype. See, I will show you that. So here, if I run this code, sorry, if I run this code, you can see the integer values. Now I will take that some b is equal to a dot as type, a dot as type. Now if you use the sorry, here we have to give the parameter as the value, I mean the data type, the character which specifies the data type, right? Print b. I will also print b dot dtype. So see, here we are giving some integer array and we are printing that integer array, and here we are printing the data type, so that we will get some integer 32. And now here we are using a one more function called astype. Astype means to convert the existing array into specific data type. So here I am changing the elements of integer to u means Unicode string. Now again, after executing this statement, I am printing the b and I am printing the b dot dtype. So you can observe here. So first it was printing a, the data type of a, and this is the b which is converted into Unicode string with the help of astype function, and this is a type of b. This is a type of a b, right? So hope you understood this one. So here again you can also convert it into float. I will convert it into float and I will let us check it. See. Yes, so you can see 10 point, 20 point, 30 point, 40 point, 50 point, that is a float 32. So that is a float 32. Or you can also convert it into boolean. You can also convert it into boolean. So it will become true. All are true because all are non-zeros. If I give here some zeros, two zeros, see, let us check. So you got a false. True, because 10 is a non-zero. And 0, here the second element is 0, so it becomes a false. Third one is 30, so it is a non-zero, it will give true. A fourth one is 0, and it again false. And a 50, the fourth element is 50. Fifth element is a 50, so again it is a non-zero, it will return a true. So by using this as type, we can convert the given elements into required data type. So we have to pass this required data type as a parameter to this astype function, right? So this is all about the data types of Numpy. Now we will see two more functions, copy and view. Copy and view. See, here I will show you. So I am printing just this one, so 20, 30 and a 40, right? Now I will see a copy is equal to copy, here is a variable, right? So a dot copy. So here I will print copy is equal to copy, right? Or if you are having any confusion, we will take only C. Okay, C, let us take the C as a variable. So a dot copy, here I will save this file and I will run this one. So you will get see, a normal array is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and a copy is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Now whatever the changes made in this copy, that will not reflect to the original array. So here we are having two different arrays. One is A, another one is C. So C is nothing but a copy of A. So whatever the changes we are making on either one of the array will not reflect on another array. See, I will show you that. So C of 1 is equal to some 100. I am giving C of 1 is equal to 100. Now I will print some A is equal to, see, A is equal to A and C is equal to C. Now let us check. We will run the code and we can check it. See, 10, 20, 30, 40 is the initial array. So we are copying into C and we are assigning, see, here we are assigning some 100 value at the position of index 1. So here A, so to which C. array C we are updating. So it will not reflect on array A because C is a copy of A. So both are different arrays. Both are different arrays. So you can observe here that reflection can be done on array C. So 10, 100, 30, 40, 50. Instead of 20, it was replaced with 100. Similarly, if you replace any element in A, that will not reflect on C. And C. We will see one more thing. V is equal to A dot view. So that is one more function, that is a view. It will not copy, but there is another view can be applied on V. Now you can observe, see, the view is equal to V, right? See, here you can use this, you can see a view is also having an array, right? But this is not an copy, it's a virtual, right? Like just like a reference. This is just a reference of the original copy. Okay, it's a reference. It's not a separate array. It's the same array with a name, with another name. So whatever the changes we are doing either in A or a view, that will be reflected on the thing. See, V of 1 is equal to 100. V of 1 is equal to 100. So I am executing this one. Sorry, I again will print this one. Again we'll print this one. So A is equal to A, comma, V is equal to V. We'll check. Okay, we'll check. Yes. So you can observe here. So a view has been created. That means a reference has been created. Now we are updating the first element in V. Right? V is nothing but which we have applied for the view function. So first element will be changed to 100 and that is again reflected on array A because this is not a separate copy, it's a reference of this A. So if you change here A of 2 is equal to 200, that will again change the value of A and V. Let us check here. Yes, you can observe here. So 10, 100, 20, 200. Here also 10, 100, 200. Because here we are giving a reference. A view means a reference. Copy means there is a separate array. Separate array will be created, right? So, right, both are having the base. So I will show you that print C dot base and print V dot base. So base means if it is having its own array, if it is a own array, it will return none. If it is a not a own array, it will return the elements. So I will show you this one. So you can observe none. I will show you here. Yeah. Say I am executing this one. See, you can observe a none has been returned as a result to C because C is own array. C is having own array because C is nothing but a copy of A. That means a separate array other than A. So it returns none. So none, it returns a none value. So C dot base will return a none value if it contains own array. And see V dot base return the array if it doesn't have an own array. Here V doesn't have any own array. V is a reference of A. So that's why V dot base, it will return the array, the original array, right? So this is all about the copy, view and the base. So before this example we have already seen the D type, right? So hope you understood this session. Right, so this is all about the data type attribute, the copy function, view function and a base attribute. So if you are having any doubt regarding these things, you can feel free to post your doubts in the comment section, so that definitely I will try to clarify all your doubts. And if you really understood my session, like my session, share my session with your friends and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. So thanks for watching, thank you very much.